and there's already studios out there that are just pumping out isekai slop every single season. It looks like they draw a rough outline, a very rough outline. What is this vending machine? Why is there a Pokeball here? And there's like missing badges, bro. What is going on? Could you imagine a fight scene with that kind of animation? You know, their arms jittering all over the place mid-swing. This is hurting my brain, man. There's no way. Yo, what is up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Slice of Shonen. I am your host, the CloudyCrow, and today we have a brand new news video for you guys on the channel here. I know I don't have too many of these, but I'm thinking of bringing them back finally. I don't know if I'm gonna have a specific day where I just drop news-related videos, or if I'm just gonna do it as the news comes to my ears, because there's a couple things that have been going on lately, but here we have a very interesting story that I want to dive into. But without any further ado, let's check out this article here. So, as you can see from the title, it says, the first anime created with 95% AI use to release in spring 2025. 95% is crazy. I'm pretty sure all of us kind of had an idea that AI was going to come to anime eventually, just because AI is taking over everything. AI art, AI music, AI voices, AI everything. AI is the future, and the question is just how far is AI going to go, and how much is it going to affect us people? Because we already know about automation replacing a lot of jobs out there. There's already a bunch of voice actors that have been protesting against the idea of companies like using their voices with AI. So seeing that this anime here is made with 95% AI use, that's like criminal. That's criminal to a lot of us, I'm sure. But let's get into the actual article and see what they're talking about here. So here it says, the upcoming twins Hinahima, based on the twin TikTokers and YouTubers Himari and Hinana, is being promoted as the first anime to use AI for over 95% of its production. That's scary, man. 95% of its production. Just imagine how much less work humans are gonna have to do if more studios decide to take up anime. And there's a slew of problems that come with that, but I'm sure it'll get into it in this article here. So, it's set to release in spring 2025, produced by Frontier Works and Kaka Creations. Kaka Creations. Not the name I would have chosen, but hey, you do you. Alright? And I guess, you know, if this 95% AI use does end up being as bad as we think it is, then I'm sure people are just not going to end up watching this series to begin with. And when studios hopefully see that we don't want to see these AI anime, then they'll be like, all right, maybe AI isn't the move. But who knows, man? AI, I'm sure, saves them a lot of money. And there's already studios out there that are just pumping out isekai slop every single season that a lot of viewers out there just eat up without caring about the quality or just attention to detail that's put into it. So, I don't know, man. They just might get away with it. A key visual and teaser promotional video was released. According to the press release, this work makes use of AI during the production process, and the staff consists of animators, art directors, cinematographers, and CG staff who normally work on Netflix originals and TV series. Okay, so I hope they actually show us like a breakdown of like how much the AI is doing compared to the humans, but here we get a little bit of that. It says they make use of AI during the production process. And then they have actual staff members that make up the animators, art directors, cinematographers, and CG staff. So, I don't know. To me, this doesn't really sound like 95%, but I mean, maybe they'll explain it further. But anyways, let's check out this teaser here. Let's see how long it is. 1minute 12 seconds. Oh my gosh. Oh, I can already see it. Oh no, there's no way. There's no way, dude. There's no way anyone's gonna watch this, bro. I know I can't. Maybe some people out there can, but I can already see it. Just look, just look. Look at this weird, like, choppy, jittery animation. I don't get how people can look at that and look at the character designs. They look so generic. They look like somebody cooked these up in Stable Diffusion. What? I mean, they're not bad. This is like, I'm sure there are anime out there today that have this level of quality when it comes to characters, when it comes to like the generic look that they have. I I don't know, man. But hey, we do have someone over there actually drawing. Okay. Oh man, and look at this background. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I think they showed us a little bit of the process there. Let's take it step by step. So it looks like they draw a rough outline, a very, very rough outline. Oh my god. I feel like I could draw this. Alright, so they get the rough outline, and then they have AI go over the character. And then they take an actual photo for the background. And then they use AI generation on the photo. Like, what is this? What is this vending machine? Why is there a Pokeball here? And there's like missing badges, bro. What is going on? What are you even buying in here? There's like lotions up here, perfumes down here, medicine here. What the heck? This, I'm not gonna lie, this looks pretty awful. Yeah, and it's choppy too, man. What's the frame rate on this? That looks really bad. I'm not gonna lie. This looks, oh, brother. I feel like this is just gonna be like, cause they're not only making this anime with AI use, but they're also kind of promoting this anime and trying to get people's eyes on it by saying this is 95% automation. So I think this anime is less so being made to actually draw in a real audience, and it's more so being made to show the world what AI is capable of, which I'm sure a lot of studios are going to be paying attention to, because if it turns out good enough, then they're definitely going to try it out themselves. You have the animation here. I don't know, man. It looks very amateurish, to say the least. It looks very amateurish. Like a lot of beginner artists and animators would make stuff of this quality. It doesn't, I mean, it looks bad compared to the industry standard. But if I were to like scroll through Twitter or something, and I were to find out that there was like I don't know, a 19-year-old animator that worked on this, I would actually be impressed. But compared to the industry standard, this is very, very low. Yeah, this, like, oh my gosh, that side profile was wicked. Oh wow, and are they using motion capture? They are! Oh my gosh. This is kind of scary, I'm not gonna lie. What the heck are we dealing with here? And then here it says the key visual for the anime was also made using AI. So here's the key visual, and like, yeah, you can already see, like, what are these clouds? You got these weird clouds, the northern lights in the background. I don't even know what the heck this is. What even could this be? The sun? Some like ghost in the background? It didn't say anything about ghosts in the synopsis. Apparently it's just supposed to be a story about like two twin sisters that are trying to become like famous TikTokers. I don't know what this has to do with whatever the heck is going on in the background. On top of that, I think the most bizarre thing about this key visual is the fact that the AI drawn characters don't even match the AI generated background. It's so weird because the background's almost kind of realistic, or at least attempting to look realistic, but then you have these cartoon 2D characters. I don't know what they were thinking, man. I can't imagine people actually sat down with this and tried to make a good product. And then after seeing how this turned out, agreed that it was a good product. That's crazy to me. All right, let's see. The story follows twin high school girls, Himari, white haired older sister, and Hinana, red haired younger sister, who are first year students in Tokyo High School. They dream of going viral online, creating TikTok dance videos, and exploring other trending ideas. While their initial goal is to make it big online, they encounter some mysterious anomalies that pull them into a bizarre new world. Okay, maybe that explains whatever the heck this is in the background. I don't know. But let's continue. According to the official press release, AI technology was used to assist more than 95% of the scenes. Here is a breakdown. This is what I was looking for. Let's see just how much the AI is doing compared to what humans are doing in this. What makes up the 5% of actual human labor here? So, character designs are hand drawn using Clip Studio Paint. So no, not everything is AI generated. Yeah, but from what the video, we saw that it was just like the characters being sketched by humans. And then it was like generated by AI after that. Backgrounds created by converting photographs into anime style visuals with AI, then retouched by human artists. Well, hey, we gotta call them up and have them go back over that vending machine again, because there's no way that was retouched. Like, what? This is hurting my brain, man. There's no way that an actual human looked at that and went over it. Because we still don't even know. There were no identifiable buttons on the vending machine. You couldn't even identify what was in the vending machine. Oh my gosh. Effects processed using Adobe tools like Photoshop and After Effects. Okay. So this probably took up, human labor to use the tools in Photoshop and After Effects and stuff. Animation, AI generated in many parts, but final adjustments were done by human animators to ensure quality. Well, hey, we're going to need a whole lot of people to ensure quality, because it still does not seem like they have enough, bro. If that teaser, I can't imagine them being proud of that teaser that they put out there. That looked so bad. Like, the animation wasn't even smooth. And one weird thing I've noticed that I'm sure all of us have seen when it comes to AI animated videos, it's always like a little choppy. Their eye is like, it kind of shrinks and grows back out, and their facial features like tweak around. It's very bizarre. So I'm not sure what humans would do. I feel like they would need someone to go in and make the visuals look more fluid. But then at that point, why even use AI to begin with? Because, like I said, it looks very choppy, very jittery. So if they had a human go in and actually smooth out the animation by like drawing more keyframes in between and like fixing maybe like the facial features that shift around and stuff. But then at that point, why not just draw it yourself? So I don't know just what their job description entails. The animators that ensure quality, I don't know what their criteria are for quality. I don't know, man. I don't know. Who is behind Twins Hinahima? Twins Hinahima is produced by Kaka Creation. Yeah, we know that. A young Tokyo-based company specializing in AI-assisted animation. And Frontier Works, an established production house known for anime, games, and multimedia projects. Together, they have assembled a team of seasoned creators and innovators to helm this project. Among the notable contributors is Makoto Tezuka, son of Osamu Tezuka, the god of manga. Now, I mean this with absolutely no disrespect. Me personally, I have not heard the name of Osamu Tezuka, but is Osamu Tezuka, is he still alive to this day? And if he is alive, I want to hear his thoughts, because his son is working on this AI generation anime stuff, and he's like the godfather of manga. So he was there back in the day when everybody was like hand drawing this stuff. So I wonder how he feels about, his son forsaking the traditional methods and going with AI. That's what I'd really want to hear. Makoto has a long history of experimenting with emerging technologies in filmmaking, including AI driven projects inspired by his father's iconic works. Another key figure is Yoshikazu Yasuhiko, the legendary animation director and manga artist best known for his work on Mobile Suit Gundam. Okay, so this is definitely a big name that they have supporting this. Makoto Tezuka, I don't know. Apparently his dad is the big name, and he's just known for being the son of Osamu, but I don't know. Does he have like big accomplishments in the anime industry behind his name? I'm not sure. Right now it just seems like Yoshikazu is like the big name that's supporting this. In interviews regarding twins Hinahima and the broader use of AI in anime, both Makoto Tezuka and Yoshikazu Yasuhiko shared insightful perspectives on how AI could impact animators and the creative process. Okay, so they actually interviewed these guys and asked for their thoughts on it. So, Makoto Tezuka's perspective. Makoto Tezuka sees AI as a tool that parallels earlier technological shifts in the entertainment industry, such as the I see where they're going. Such as the introduction of computer graphics in the 1980s. So he's saying that AI being used in anime is no different than the shift where people started to use CG in anime. And for that, it's kind of hard to argue. Technology is always advancing. People are always moving towards whatever's more efficient, whatever costs less money. So, like I said, if this ends up being successful, then people actually end up enjoying this anime, then I think a lot of studios are going to adopt this and be like, hey, maybe AI is the way to go. So, and then we very well could make it the industry standard where AI is being used in everything. Hopefully that's not the case, especially if it's going to look anything like what we saw up there. But let's see what else he has to say. Back then, CG faced significant resistance from industry professionals who feared it would replace traditional methods, yet it ultimately expanded the possibilities for filmmakers and animators. Now, this is where we get into very interesting territory, because here he says that CG, a lot of people was not messing with CG when it first was being introduced into anime, but now it's allowed people to expand the possibilities for what filmmakers and animators can do. I think we all can agree that that's 100% true. But when it comes to AI, for me personally, it feels more so like they're cutting corners, dude. And I guess CG's also kind of cutting corners in a sense, because instead of having to hand draw everything, you can just computer generate it. But now we're having AI generate it. Tezuka emphasized that the same principle applies to AI. It is not about replacing animators or creators, but complementing their work. He noted that audiences ultimately care about the quality. Stop. They have to stop this, man. You can't keep bringing up quality. We all saw the teaser. That was not quality. You can't keep bringing up quality, man. He noted that audiences ultimately care about the quality and emotional resonance of the final product, not whether it was created by human hands or AI algorithms. Yeah, but this is the thing. He mentions emotional resonance of the final product, but I'm sure all of us can agree one of the biggest criticisms about AI, whether it be AI art, AI music, all this AI stuff, is that it feels like it's soulless. So how are you going to get emotional resonance if you're creating a soulless product? Tezuka believes that AI can enhance the efficiency of production and open new creative avenues, but its role should always be that of a supporting tool rather than a substitute for human artistry. But dude, I'm not gonna lie, every single paragraph that was stated here I've had a problem with. And this last one especially. It should always be a supporting tool rather than a substitute for human artistry. How can you say this after advertising your anime as being 95% AI generated? That 95% could have been work for actual humans to do. But instead, that 95% of human labor has been replaced or substituted by this AI tool. So it just sounds so contradictory to me. Clearly, by using this AI tool, it makes it so that humans have to do less work. And here we have Yoshikazu. So this is the actual big name. He's actually worked on anime in the past. So let's see what he has to say. Yoshikazu Yasuhiko, renowned for his work on Mobile Suit Gundam and a veteran in the anime industry, approached the topic from a more pragmatic standpoint. He acknowledged that the anime industry has long struggled with labor shortages and overburdened animators, making AI a potentially transformative tool. That is very true. Now, I think we know the biggest reasons behind this is because of, maybe insufficient pay for the amount of labor that they have to do. And on top of that, deadlines and like crunch times, not having to work overtime constantly and still only being able to deliver an unfinished product. I mean, look at Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2. Me personally, I really enjoyed it. There were a lot of fights and animations that I absolutely loved, but the animators themselves came out on social media and said that they wish they would have had more time to work on this, and they're disappointed in what they were delivering to this series because they just weren't being given enough time. They were put under so much stress. So I can agree that AI could help with that. The only problem is AI really going to help, alleviate, like, AI will help alleviate animators. The question is it actually going to help alleviate some of that time so that they're not put under so much stress? Or is it just going to straight up alleviate them from having to work at all and they're going to be replaced by AI? That's the question. Yasuhiko suggests that AI could handle time-consuming repetitive tasks such as in-between animation and background creation, freeing animators to focus on storytelling and performance areas where human intuition and creativity are irreplaceable. Now, I actually agree with this. This is the first point that I actually agree with, because I feel like a good example of this would be reincarnated as a slime. We all know when slime gets down, they really get down. Those fight scenes are awesome. The effects, the transformations, the creativity, the colors, everything, it's phenomenal. But at the same time, slime also has some episodes where it's focused on more political endeavors, him talking with other political leaders and him planning his next attack or strategy that he wants to enact. And on those episodes where it's just kind of, people sitting in a room talking, me personally, I don't think I would mind if they took those kind of slower talking episodes and used AI for those to handle the time-consuming repetitive tasks. I think that's perfectly fine. But when it comes to the intense action scenes, when it comes to the scenes where it's very comedic and crazy stuff happening, all of those I think should be handled by humans. I think they should. If we let AI take over those scenes, at least in the current state that AI's in, I think it's gonna look terrible, man. I think it's gonna look so bad. Could you imagine? We've already seen the animation in that teaser. Could you imagine a fight scene with that kind of animation? That would be terrible, dude. A choppy fight scene with their arms jittering all over the place mid swing. Oh my gosh. I hope, man. I hope. However, Yasuhiko also expressed concern about maintaining the integrity of the creative process. He stressed that AI must be used ethically and carefully to preserve the authenticity and depth of animated works. I agree. But again, when you advertise an anime being 95% AI, how much of that is really preserving the authenticity and depth of animated works? While optimistic about AI's potential to alleviate workload pressures, he cautioned against over-reliance on automation, which could undermine the human touch that defines anime. Exactly. So far, this man is spitting. So far, Yoshikazu is spitting right here. He's saying what I'm sure all of us feel right now, that he's worried about the over-reliance on automation. And with this series, again, if this ends up being successful and other studios end up picking it up and relying on AI as well, you already know the studios out there that in this current point in time are already pumping out soulless isekai slop with terrible plots, terrible characters, terrible art style, terrible writing. You already know these studios are going to over rely on AI. They're not going to care. If they already don't care, they're definitely not going to care if once they add AI. So I can very well see this becoming true. Both creators align on the idea that AI should serve as a supportive tool for animators, not a replacement. They see it as a way to address systemic challenges such as overwork and resource shortages while ensuring that the core elements of anime, its emotional storytelling, and artistic craftsmanship remain intact. I agree. I mean, I don't know if I believe it though. That's the thing. I agree with the sentiment that I think it could help with a lot of the struggles that animators have to go through, but I just don't believe that it's gonna stay that way. I feel like in the future, like even right now, we have like humans sketching it and then the AI generate over it and then they add finishing touches, but I could easily see in the future they already have AI backgrounds. They already have AI generated characters. I can already see Chat GPT writing in the future, AI generated voices in the future, AI generated music in the future. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if there was like a 99% AI anime out there in the future. Twins Hinahima is using supportive AI. The production of Twins Hinahima incorporates what the creators call supportive AI, described on the official website as AI that serves as a tool to assist creators rather than replace them. The website states, AI is merely a supplementary tool for creative activities, emphasizing its role in addressing challenges like labor shortages and time-intensive workloads while fostering innovation. According to the creators, supportive AI focuses on two goals: efficiency, which reduces repetitive tasks to ease animators' workload, and establishing new forms of expression, enabling artistic possibilities beyond traditional methods. Alright, so that's the end of the article, and in conclusion, my final thoughts on this whole situation is that even the way they describe this supportive AI as just helping alleviate like workload inefficiencies and all of this other stuff, I feel like this is just jargon that they're spitting out to try to get us to see their point of view or to get us to agree with what they're trying to do, because I think they know going into this that a lot of people are going to be against the idea of using AI. So they're trying to say, oh, but this is supportive AI. We know the animators, they've been struggling so much. This was designed to help them. When I just don't think that's the case. I think it was more so designed to cut costs. And if you really think about it at the end of the day, the way that Hinahima is using it is you have someone doing like very basic minimalist sketches and then AI generates over that and then they supposedly add finishing touches. But if that's the case, now you only need like a handful of people to really work on the animation, since the AI is doing so much of the heavy lifting, whereas before you would have needed like a team of animators to come together and work on whatever series they're working on. Now you really just need people to do very, very rough sketches and people to add finishing touches. So that's already cutting down on the number of people necessary to work on an anime. And on top of that, since the animators have to do less work, now that AI is doing so much of the heavy lifting, that might also cut down on their salaries that they're getting paid. You know, since they're doing less work, they're probably going to get paid less money. And since AI is doing so much heavy lifting, there's going to be less people. So to me, it seems like in just even the way that they're using it, the way that they're trying to butter us up, it still sounds like they're taking away from jobs from actual animators. So I don't know how I feel. But of course, that's the end of the article. And my question of the day for you guys is going to be, who you agree with more? Do you agree with Yoshikazu? Do you agree with Makoto? Do you have your own opinion that you think that's different from what these two guys have said here? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. But with that, I am going to head out. Thank you all so much for watching this far into the video, and I will catch you all in the next one. Have a good one.